Hey guys, today I'm going to go over 5 main key points that you should utilize in your games when playing from ahead. Now, note that there are more things to do from playing ahead. These are just 5 examples that can help you in the game. There's plenty more that could also help you win while you're ahead. The first big thing is getting to the objective first. When you have the advantage, you can do things like push the mid wave so that they have to deal with the mid wave. Meanwhile, you can go to the objective and start it, and then they have to come into you and fight into you. Secondly, after you win fights or that you have the lead, you make sure to take the enemy jungle. It doesn't matter if you're the jungler or not, regardless of who you are, you can take the enemy's jungle camps because you'll have the advantage, you'll have more vision and stuff like that, which allows you to easily take some of their jungle. Third, get deeper vision. Utilize vision to set up bush traps to get objectives when they can't see you. Make sure you're taking out their vision, putting deeper vision so that again you can take enemy jungle and stuff like these things. Fourth, use major objectives to finish games. Make sure you understand when to start objectives. I have a video on that if you want to check that out, but basically just start objectives when you have taken out their jungler and probably like one other member, when you know for sure you're not going to die and that it's definitely going to be secure. Don't flip objectives when their jungler's still alive and stuff like that. And then fifth, play together with your team. You don't want to play split off from your team when you're ahead because that allows them to pick you off. So instead, play very together whenever objectives are spawning and fight together. Even if some of your teammates aren't there right away, just wait for them. Don't force a fight before they get there, and that'll allow you to easily snowball your advantages and win when you're ahead. Okay guys, so in this situation we end up winning this fight pretty hard, and again, since we're ahead a lot, after we end up winning this fight, I am now thinking we need to get as much gold as possible while they are dead to push our advantage further. So first we're going to take a turret together with our team because we have the numbers advantage and they can't contest us. After this, we need to make sure that we're taking their jungle. It's very important to take as many turrets and jungle objectives away from the enemy as possible to further and further your gold advantage. Not only are we getting ourselves more gold by taking their jungle, but then as well we're denying them from the gold, which just allows them to stay behind and doesn't allow them to catch up because they have nothing to farm, and just keeps getting our gold advantage higher and higher. So anytime after you're winning a fight, make sure that you're taking whatever you can on the map, whether that's objectives, gold, turrets, and stuff like that. Okay guys, so in this next situation, I'm going to go over how to use major objectives to win your game. So notice here we're not starting the major objective yet because their jungler is still alive. But we're looking to try to kill their jungler so that we can start the objective and use it to end the game. So here now, I'm going to chase their jungler, going to try to kill them because that's my goal so that we can end up getting the objective. We're going to get a double kill here. And so now we have a double kill. I'm a little bit too low, so I'm not thinking about starting it, but my Soraka ends up healing me up. And so we're going to decide to go for the objective. The main things you need to think about when you go for a game-ending objective like this are, is there any possibility of you losing the game? For us, no, because we know that they don't have champions who can possibly team wipe us at Baron, and we know that their jungler is dead as well as another enemy member. Now, you don't want to start the objectives, especially Baron or Elder Dragon, whenever the enemy has very strong members up that could possibly team wipe you. Say they have a lot of CC, or say you're low. You don't want to start it when you're low, and you don't want to start it when their enemy jungler is up. But here we know all of those factors aren't present, and we also know that our Sion's on the side lane, so he's pressuring them and going to be able to get a lot of turrets even if we don't win the fight. And so we know it's going to be a guaranteed win fight. You only want to start these major objectives when you're ahead, when you know 100% you are going to win the fight, you are going to get the objective because their jungler is dead. Otherwise, you don't want to start it. Okay guys, so here I'm ahead quite a bit, 3-0 on Renekton, and what I'm doing here is because I'm ahead, I'm getting to the objective before my top lane opponent. So I think this is a very important thing to understand, is that when you are ahead in the game, you want to get to the objective before the enemy does. That way they have to come into you and have to engage into you so that your team can get engaged for you. So even though I get caught out here, it ends up being fine because we were there first and my team was all ready to jump in and help me out. And we end up just hard winning this fight due to the fact that I'm here before the enemy top laner could be here. And then we're just able to obviously kill them all and then get the objective right after. And it's very easy. Just getting to the objective first when you're ahead, very important so that you can dictate the fight and they have to come into you rather than you having to go into them, and they can use stuff like vision to camp you and stuff like that. Okay guys, so once again, we see that both objectives are spawning and we are in the lead, so we have the decision on what to do. What we want to do is, as soon as possible, we want to push the mid wave so that they have to deal with the mid wave. Right after that, we want to start an objective, and we want to, after getting that objective, immediately go to the other objective and try to take both since we're in such a big lead. So you notice I know my team's got that. We're already on the objective first before they can get there, so I know we've got that secured. I'm deciding, okay, let's try to get to the other objective now, utilize our advantage to pressure both objectives, get the one, and then once my team's ready, we can all contest together. So I pressure them so they're too scared to actually start it. My Garen's doing the same thing on the other side, and then we're just able to pincer them here. We're getting on the objective. We're forcing them off because we can use our pressure and the lead we have to just get them scared and not allow them to come in. And then here I'm going to look for an ultimate on the Soraka. Hopefully we're going to end up hitting it. We do end up hitting it. We get the kill on the Soraka there. We get the objective, all because we were immediately on the Herald as soon as it spawned, before they had time to even get to the dragon, get the Herald, immediately go to the dragon, pressure them off of it, get both objectives, get kills, and just snowball the game, and don't allow them to do anything really. Okay guys, so in this clip we have a big advantage. We're pushing through into their base, and right after this, notice how we're taking out their wards so that they have no idea where we are. We have a control ward placed over the wall so that we know they have no vision there. I'm pretty sure, since they haven't been here for a while, that they have no vision around here, and so we're pressuring Baron because they have no idea if we're doing it or not, so they have to check into the bush. And so we're just gonna bush camp them. We're gonna turn off of the objective. We're gonna get a free kill on them because they have to check in, because you play around the vision, take out their vision, they have no idea where you are, then you play around these bushes, you camp them, and they either come into you or you get a free Baron. In this case, they decide to come into us, so I decide I'm going to kill their jungler. I'm going to focus them. My teammates get off of the Baron because they know we can just kill them since they have no clue where we are. So the very important things to note here are, after you get an advantage, after you get kills, take turrets, stuff like that, make sure you're placing vision and taking out their vision, their wards, so that then they don't know where you are, and then utilize the vision advantage you have to use the bushes to bait things and go on objectives and then bait them around it so that they have to face check into a bush, and then you can easily kill them. Okay guys, so in games when you're in a big advantage and you're in a big lead, it's very important to stay grouped together with your team and be very coordinated. So if you look at the top side of our map here, Akshan is quite split up from us, and that means that he's going to get caught out by the Kassadin there. Meanwhile, our other two teammates are going towards the dragon and trying to start the dragon. So our Gwen starts the dragon, meanwhile a Kassadin's fighting my Akshan on the other side of the map, and so we're very split up and we can't use our advantage because we don't have the numbers advantage, because we're fighting on all these different parts of the map. You're going to see this continue to be a problem as me and Galio are now split up from the Gwen and the Zeri, and then the Gwen ends up losing the objective because they're all there to come steal it. Meanwhile, we're not really there to help fight it. I throw an ult that's not a very good ult, and then I again walk the wrong way. I go to the left instead of the right, meaning I'm split up from my team yet again, and so my teammates are all fighting on one side of the map. Meanwhile, I'm trying to find a way into the fight, and I'm not able to because I'm all alone. I get ulted by Camille. It's just a mess. Basically, when you're ahead, you want to start objectives together. You don't want to play very split up, because this means that they can take advantage and pick off members of your team one by one. So if you're grouped together and you're pushing your advantages together, then mistakes like these aren't going to happen during objective fights, such as this example here. Alright guys, those are 5 important things that you can do while playing from ahead. Of course, there's plenty more that you can do while playing from ahead, so if you want a video on this similar topic again in the future, let me know. And if you have any other future ideas for videos, just let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you guys as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.